So, what was it like writing a song for, say, Michael Jackson and Denise Williams? Because I know you co-wrote "Free"
Yes, yes,
for
I did.
Niecy. I love that song.
Oh, I'm amazed how many people love that song. It was a moment. We were in Wonderlove together, Niecy and Shirley Brewer and I, and we spent a lot of time writing songs because at that time Stevie had been on the road and he had been in a terrible accident.
I remember
Where,
that.
where yes, and he was still healing, and he left us pretty much to our own devices. We rehearsed, Wonder Love rehearsed 6 days a week, and we wrote songs. So many songs came out of that. So many careers have come out of that situation. Stevie and I sat down, and Stevie's he's such a special person, such a unique talent, absolutely brilliant with the kind of excitement about music and about whatever he's doing that he instills that in you. And it's about the moment. He said, "Come and sit over here a second," and he had dun 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 dun, boom 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 boom, just the beginnings of that song. But
Hmm.
Free came about the same way. Steve wasn't there. He was, I believe he was putting songs, he was in the studio. He was in the studio all the time. And Niecy went up on the stage because our guys, Wonder Love, the most amazing musicians, just phenomenal musicians. Nate Watts on the bass, Michael Cimbello, who went on to do She's a Maniac, in Flashdance in
Oh,
that movie.
okay,
And oh,
okay.
yes, those are my babies. Raymond Pounds on the drums. And just phenomenal. I mean, Hank Red was our band leader at that time. He was the saxophone player, and Ray Maldonado on the trumpet. My One of my main blessings in life has been to be around such fantastic musicians who had this talent and the openness to be creative just at the spur of the moment. And Nate started with the bass, with dun 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 dun, that
Hmm.
everybody, it just caught your heart. And Nisi stepped up there because it was loose. That's how we worked. It was very loose. She stepped up there on that stage and she just started humming and singing a melody. And it just developed, and the guys would join in one at a time until it formed into a track. And she was singing lyrics. She was singing melody. She wouldn't hadn't sung any lyrics except when she got to the hook and said, "But I just got to be free." When she started that. And I sat there, I'm sitting there, I'm like, this is great. And it was so, we were so warm and tight the way all of us worked together. It was magic. So we're sitting there, and I just started writing the words. And Nisi says, I came up there with a piece of paper and handed it to her and said, "Sing this." And she laughed because, the thing about Nisi's a very quick spirit. She's fast in coming up with things, and she's just a beautiful, warm person. She had this lilting soprano, and she told me, I did a song called Until It's Time for You to Go.